like just to be able to take that high without getting louder, without getting that kind of brassy quality going on, is very hard. And you know, get louder like that. Whereas this one, like it's kind of staying in that. Yo, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you didn't know, I'm your host fahimmuchi. I'm a vocal coach and a voice teacher and also a singer. And it's been a while since I've made a reaction type videos on my channel, but I'm gonna be getting back in the game starting from today. Okay, I got plenty of requests from you guys, so I'm gonna keep the intro short here. I'm just glad to be back. Okay, really excited for this. So I got a lot of Coke Studio requests, especially from this year. So like the videos that's coming out, you know, season 12 to be more specific, I suppose. So I'm gonna be doing a reaction and an analysis video of Coke Studio season 12, Gulon Main Rang, okay, by Ali Sethi. Now I believe I've reacted to Ali Sethi before. I certainly did in my previous channel, but I'm not sure about whether I have some of his videos in this channel. Okay, I might have, I might not have. Okay, I'm not sure actually. I didn't actually look into it. But this video was premiered on 15th November 2019. Today is the 25th November of 2019, so I am literally 10 days late. I'm super excited for this one. I do remember Ali Sethi a little bit. Very smooth, velvety, buttery type of voice that he has. You know, lots of rips and runs. Very smooth, silky voice, right? As I like to put it, I suppose. But yeah, I'm super duper excited for this one. So let's get into it. Now, of course, if you guys are new here for the first time, and if you guys are enjoying my content, then be sure to give this video a big old thumbs up and share this video with your friends and family. And if you haven't already yet, then go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you do decide to subscribe, then make sure you hit that notification bell, which should be somewhere around the corner. You put it on all, and so that you get notified every time I'm posting a new video, right? So I also have social medias where you can follow me. If you're interested to improve your voice, or if you just want to watch me singing and, you know, coaching other people and whatnot. So my social media handles, I'll link them somewhere here. Okay, so I have Snapchat, I have Instagram, and I have a Facebook page. Okay, it will be here, you can find it here. But and of course, if you guys are interested for a one-on-one voice lesson, or if you guys want me to critique your singing for just like $10, okay, which is really cheap, then you can go ahead and check out my Fiverr link, which I will leave it on the description. And if you want to book a lesson, then, you know, feel free to message me on Fiverr, or you can also email me at fahimmuchifreelance1@gmail.com. Okay, so now with all that being said, let's go ahead and react and analyze this video together. Okay, I gotta pause here for a sec. I mean, wow, like the way he just started off the phrase, I mean, so beautiful. Like it instantly, you guys can connect, right, from that perspective, from that emotional perspective. It's like you listen to it, you listen to this person singing, you're like, oh, wow, he's really good. You know, like you can tell that. And there's a certain visceral sensation that you get when you're listening to this types of music. I know I certainly get, so there's that. But beautiful, okay, beautiful. So of course, from a technical perspective, he's singing with this beautiful, buttery mellow tone. There's not a lot of a lot of brassy quality to it. Okay, it's very it has this kind of like it had that kind of quality going on, right? At certain parts, he kind of opens up the vocal folds a little bit to kind of get that airy quality in, but mostly it's a soft like it's that kind of, not it's not that. Okay, so just so you guys know, really good, really good. I'm gonna continue and give you guys more analysis in a bit. Wow. Wow. Beautiful. So essentially, just what I heard with that kind of melodic pattern that he did, it's in English, as you guys know, the 7 basic modes, that was Mixolydian, because the 7th note, he sang a D rather than an E flat or a D sharp. So like, it was there, it was on, you guys can hear that note, right? He skipped that note and then he went to the G sharp 4, which is above his first passage, which is quite a high note for any males out there to sing, let alone the way he's doing it, okay? Which just makes it so much more interesting, right? So really good, really good. I'm like, I have a lot to say, but I don't want to do that just yet, okay? So I'm gonna play a little bit more, and then I'll give you guys more analysis, okay? But really good. I'm enjoying it so far. Amazing. Beautiful. I love that vowel as well. Interesting vowel.
Gulon Main Rang bale badlon bahar chale.
Okay, so right now, in the lower range, he's kind of getting a little bit airy. Right, a little bit airy, and he's kind of adding the slight nasality in the tone, very ever so slight. Okay, of course it's not. Of course it's not that I'm just exaggerating to prove a point here, but he has that little bit like that. And if you pinch your nose, you'll see that the sound will change. Why? Because not only there's nasal airflow, there's also some nasality going on, right? Again, nasality is not a bad thing. Like, I know a lot of people and a lot of voice teachers out there are saying that don't be nasal, don't be nasal, okay? Like, you can be twangy, but not But the thing is that nasality is actually not a bad thing, and it can actually help you with singing higher notes as well, believe me or not, okay? So of course he's adding a little bit of that kind of nasal airflow, kind of nasality at the bottom. He's also keeping that tone very nice and soft. He's opening up his vocal folds, kind of allowing that kind of breathy quality kicking in and whatnot. Now at this part specifically, when he's singing this phrase, he's adding a little bit of nasality, okay, which is really interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna continue with the video and see what he does. Beautiful. Okay, so over here, he said one word, Gulshan. It's funny because that word, so we have an area, it's called Gulshan, okay, like in our city, Dhaka city, where I live in, right? So I'm from Bangladesh, as most of you guys already know. But besides that, he's doing a lot of interesting thing with the melodic pattern, okay? He's respecting that Mixolydian key. So this is E Mixolydian. So the notes are is that it's there's no E flat there, okay? Now, as some of you guys told me from the past, is that like, you know, this classical type of music, you know, Pakistani, Indian classical type of music, they do mix various notes, and it doesn't exactly fall in the traditional 7 modes of music that we hear in the West. But certainly right now I'm hearing E Mixolydian, okay? I'm hearing all the chords that you're gonna be hearing in E major scale, but notice that he hasn't sang that E flat yet, okay? So if he does, I'll let you guys know, okay? But so far he hasn't. He's skipping that and singing an D, which is interesting. Now, if this is a little bit of too musician nerd, I want to apologize, but I'm really passionate about these things, as you guys already know, and so far I'm enjoying it. So yeah, let's go ahead and carry on. Beautiful. Nice. Okay, so right now, okay, so I forgot to mention one thing here, which was, so he's kind of manipulating the vocal cord compression. Okay, so he's gonna, like when it's going up there, it's getting quite soft, very close to a falsetto, but still it's not a falsetto. You don't hear that kind of disconnect happening. Okay, so essentially, the range that he's singing right at this part of the song, it's within his chest voice. So of course, in the chest voice, you have a lot of flexibility, right? But he's not adding that brassy quality by any means. He's getting louder and quieter without that brassy texture. He's just adding a little bit more airflow to it and kind of getting louder, and then he's kind of like opening up his vocal folds, open and close, and kind of like getting that airy quality to a certain part of the phrases that he's doing. Okay, so really good, and this kind of runs and rips that he is doing is really good, really interesting, very tasty. Okay, so yeah, let's continue with this video. Yeah, you can hear that. Amazing. Wow, okay. And just this, this melodic pattern. So, we call it riffs and runs, but I believe you guys call that dan or raga or sargam, because I've heard so many different terms from you guys, and I'm still a little bit confused. Is it like interchangeable terms, like raga, dan, sargam? Are they the same thing, or are they similar things, or are they very different? Please let me know in the comment section, because I do want to know the terms so that I can explain to you guys in a more suitable way with using better terms as opposed to just using melismas and riffs and runs, which is more used in the Western music, I suppose. But let me know. But so from using those terms, of course, which I'm more familiar with, like there's a lot of bounce runs happening, like that kind of thing happening in the phrase, which is really nice, really nice. Like I know that Ali Sethi is like excellent in rag, because riffs and runs, because I've heard that tinakadin, right? I think I probably did another video here in my new channel, I'm not sure, but I remember those runs that he does. It's insane. Okay, but from just listening to the music and the culture, exploring the culture more, there's a lot of riffs and runs, or a lot of bounce types of runs, okay, happening in it. So I just wanted to point that out. Apologies for me talking too much, but I'm going to continue right now. Okay, I'm getting way too excited. Like you can see that he's flipping, like flipping in the sense that he's going full in a mix, backing off to a kind of light chest voice, backing off to a light mix, and then kind of getting into a more falsetto type of coordination, and then kind of he's going back and forth. So he's not singing with just one dynamic level in his voice. Okay, he's varying that, getting louder, getting softer as he's singing different parts and different parts of the range and different parts of the phrases, and that's what is really interesting. And if you guys are trying to learn these types of music, y'all gotta really hear for these types of little details, okay? That kind of volume getting louder and getting quieter thing, along with the vowels and the breathiness and whatnot. So okay, like just to be able to take that high without getting louder, without getting that kind of brassy quality going on, is very hard. I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's very hard, because the tendency to always go and get louder like that, whereas this one like it's kind of staying in that. Now of course I'm not really warmed up, I can't do a proper demo right now, and besides I don't really want to, like I'm sure you guys understand the differences in the tone. But that type of a tone, that's what I would call a light mix, okay? Without the brassy quality to it, okay? So it's very interesting, and he just does a really good job. It's like he's just speaking, and it's almost like he's taking that speech voice high in the range, which is actually pretty hard to do, believe me or not. If you're a male, that is. Now, if you're a female, that's a whole new different story, because females' voices, not only they have smaller vocal folds, but their chords just respond a little bit differently towards different types of sounds. And they are, because they have lighter weights in their voices, they can usually do the lighter coordination better in the higher range than, let's say, a guy would, because we have so much weight in our chest voice, I suppose, or our speaking range, right? So really awesome, really awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and continue. Okay, that like you can hear that it has that dopey quality, right? And it has nasality. Like literally, I pinched my nose with that sound, and you can hear the sound changed. And that's the thing, is that a lot of these types of Pakistani and Indian types of music, you'll hear singers are actually singing nasal, but they're not using a lot of compression, because if you add compression and are nasal, then that's when you start sounding really crappy or bad. Now, of course, it depends on, I guess people's perceptions, but he's actually using this kind of dopey quality, and he's adding nasal flow on that, okay? Or I should say nasality. And that's how you kind of like get this type of sound. It's not or ah. It's not that type of sound, okay? Like if you sing with that sound, it's not gonna really sound proper if you are trying to learn these types of songs, okay? So I hope this makes sense, and I want to apologize for all the pauses, but try to understand, guys, this is more of an analysis video as opposed to just me reacting videos, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys already understand that, but I just had to point that out. So right now, so as I mentioned before, that he's playing with that compression level and whatnot. Another thing I forgot to mention is look how shaping his mouth. Like it's almost like this, like a kind of sad face in a sense. Like take a look here. Okay, I'm gonna rewind back a little bit. Look at his mouth. You can see that. Like it's like it has this kind of thing going on, right? And that's actually quite interesting, because that type of sort of embouchure, shaping your mouth and lips and tongue, I suppose. People usually do that when they're singing opera. Like you'll see them kind of going, like they have that kind of thing going on. They don't go, although you can do it that way, but this face anchoring actually helps you get that kind of operatic sound in a sense, okay? But of course, he's not singing opera as we all know it, but he's still using that often kind of element a little bit to his singing, which is pretty interesting, okay? So just wanted to point that out here. Wow. Okay, more solo part. Okay, so notice how he ends the phrases. Okay, that's also something I forgot to mention. So he's singing in this kind of very medium compression, right? This kind of very soft quality, right? So like that kind of similar type of compression. And when he ends a phrase, before he moves to a different phrase, he ends the phrase very quietly. Okay, so that's a little bit interesting thing that I started noticing as I, kept on watching this video. So really cool stuff. Okay, so just wanted to point that out. Okay, and again, I'm pointing these things out in the hopes that you guys are, let's say you guys are trying to learn this specific song, you guys can understand all these things as I'm pointing out, and hopefully this will help you, become a better singer, I suppose, right? Because that's the goal here. So yeah, really awesome stuff. Let's go ahead and continue. And I also forgot to ask one thing, is that the instruments that they're using here, right? Very interesting choices of instruments. Like we got some harmonica and other instruments and whatnot. It's really nice, really nice. Like I'm not hearing any sort of electric instruments here, which is cool, because I mean, not saying that they're bad either, but it's always good to sort of like hear this types of music, like, you know, where you have all these acoustic instruments only, or wind instruments, and you just listen to it without those kind of additional drums and, you know, distorted guitars and whatnot. So it's always good for a change, you know. So really awesome stuff. Okay, just wanted to point that out. Oof, oof, oof. Okay, very interesting, very interesting. So he's in this kind of like in this kind of compression level, and it's very clean. Like that's one of the things I heard in his voice. Oh my god, like his technique, so good, so miraculously good. We don't hear that. We don't hear that a lot. Okay, I'm being completely honest here. Okay, his technique is very good. Like, just to be able to get up there without adding that kind of brassy quality and maintaining this kind of not that kind of quality. It's really interesting, really interesting. Like, I'm really liking the tone of his voice. Okay, it's really nice, really nice. Okay, let's go. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, so how many instruments do we have here? We got an acoustic guitar, and that other instrument, is that a ruhab? Or I forgot the name. I think some of you guys actually told me in the comments. But I keep on forgetting, guys. I want to apologize for that, but I'm going to try to remember. But let me know this instrument on the right, okay? Like, I would like to know what instrument that is. And then we have some backup singers at the right. Okay, let's carry on. Like, you can hear that he's not singing that E flat note. He's not. He's really not singing that note, okay? Like, he's really dodging that note. So that's why I mentioned at the beginning of this video that this song is based in the key of E mixolydian mode, okay? Not an E major, because an E major is essentially Ionian mode, and that has an E flat, but this doesn't have an E flat, okay? Like, I haven't heard him singing that, okay? Now, I could be wrong. If you guys can point me out in this video, 6 minutes and 30 seconds, where he actually hit an E flat 4 note, then please let me know in the comment section. I would love to be wrong about that, but so far I didn't hear that, okay? And just the way the melody is kind of arranged and whatnot, it doesn't feel that there's an E flat there, right? I mean, not because, you know, I have perfect pitch, but you can also feel certain things. And that's the thing about music, is that sometimes you can just feel whether it's a major or minor, or, you know, different kinds of modes, kind of mixtures of the two and whatnot. So really interesting, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and continue. Wow, and all those runs. And that run that is doing that, something like that. Of course, I don't know the full run per se, but it's so nice. Like, it's so pleasing to hear that, like, and the type of compression that he's singing with, that kind of beautiful balanced tone, not over dark, not over bright. It just gives this really euphoric feeling, I would say. Okay, really interesting. Okay, I think we are pretty much done with the song, so let me go ahead and wrap this video up. Okay. Beautiful. All right. So, okay, I suppose that was it for this video. Now, you guys can see that there are 4 suggestions in my screen. So I've reacted to Wo Hi Khuda Hai recently, as you guys know, about a month ago. But there are 3 other videos, and I'm seeing one Ali Sethi on the top right, season 10. So I'm assuming that's from 2 years ago. So if you guys want me to react to any of these videos, then feel free to let me know in the comments and I will try to get them back to you, yeah? But for now, let me go ahead and wrap this video up, and then I'll give you guys a little bit more analysis and some personal thoughts. Okay. So, very interesting song, first of all, okay? I definitely enjoyed the melody and the song. I mean, like, pretty much the whole thing, of course, but Ali Sethi has a very interesting way of just singing, okay? Like, the tone of his voice is something that I'm really interested to explore more. Like, he doesn't sing with a lot of brassy quality in his voice, okay? Like, he does, like, of course he has that element in there, but it's not a lot, okay? Not like the other singers that I've seen from Coke Studio, okay? Now, I'm not saying that one is better than the other, it's just different. I would like to put it that way. Excuse me for that. Now, in terms of difficulty, and let's say you're a male singer and you're trying to, let's say, learn this song, it's gonna depend on where you're at with your voice, because generally speaking, the brassier kind of like that kind of a tone will be easier to sing the high notes, okay? Because if you can already do the kind of like the more brassier way of the high notes, then you can kind of like go this, then you can kind of like start approaching the voice in this kind of tone and kind of explore this mellow, more warmer tone. Now, it can go the other way as well. And from my coaching experience, what I notice is that people would usually have very high voice times. Guys like who are always like talking up here and even up here. And those types of male, like usually a little bit higher types of tenors. So like leggero tenors, counter tenors, those type of people with the higher voice. And you can hear that the range that they usually speak, like they're always like up here, hey, what's up everybody, hi, I'm here, and oh my god, and they're like always up there, pretty much like in the first bridge range and just a little bit under that range, right? You'll hear that for them, the mellow kind of tone is easier for them, whereas let's say guys like us, we have a lot of a lot of kind of those brassy quality built in our voice, okay? So for us, getting this type of mix was going to be a little bit trickier. Now, I have not heard Ali Sethi's speaking voice, so I'm probably going to check that out, you know, just watch a couple of his interviews and then really observe how he speaks, okay? So if he has this kind of voice, like, you know, like I'm speaking at, or even lower than my voice, then that would be a little bit interesting, because that would imply that, you know, the way that he's singing is very different than the way that he speaks. And on the flip side, if he speaks with this kind of tone and he has this kind of very mellow tone in his speaking voice, it's kind of soft, almost like a breathy voice in a sense. If his speaking voice is like that, then that would imply that, of course, his voice is a little bit higher than the average male singers out there. So those types of non-brassy tone, more mellow type of mixed voice comes naturally, okay? So yeah, just wanted to point that out, okay? I know the biggest thing that I want you guys to take on is the tone, because tone is a very important thing when it comes to singing, okay? You can't, and also the dynamic level. Now, if you were to sing the song, like, you know, with that type of tone, of course, no one's gonna like them. Like, what the hell is he doing, you know? Everyone's gonna be like that. But yeah, really awesome stuff, okay? Beautiful instrument arrangement, beautiful music, melody patterns and whatnot. And again, he did not sing an E-flat 4 or D-sharp 4, so if you did, then feel free to correct me in the comments. I would like to hear that part again, and then I'll let you know if that's an E-flat or not. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, guys. I feel like I've said everything in the video as I reacted to this video. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap this video here. So there you go, guys. That's my reaction and my analysis of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction and my analysis, because if you did, then make sure to smash that thumbs up button. Share this video with your friends and family, and if you haven't already, then go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and make sure, if you do subscribe, make sure you guys hit that notification bell so that you guys get notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of my reaction and my analysis, and if you guys want to do more Coke Studio reaction videos, then let me know down in the comments and I will get them back to you as soon as I can. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.